Hi, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to Bit Gringos. This is Mike Schwartz, my buddy here, and I'm Patrick
And
Reynolds.
this is Patrick Reynolds, right over here.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Hi, Mike. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Patrick. As always, this is only the 5th year of the quarantine. No, it's not the 5th year, is it?
Feels
where
like
are
it.
we? 5th month, 4th month, whatever.
Yeah.
It's getting a little difficult for some people, although in a way here life is normal. You can go anytime you want as long as you're back home before 7 p.m.
By 7 o'clock.
Not much to do. I mean, you can go to the supermarket, if that's your thing every day.
It's okay. I don't
know. How about you, Patrick? How are you handling?
I'm doing pretty good overall, I'd say. We've got some plans to try to travel back to the U.S. in July that may or may not happen. So,
good luck. I've been thinking about that. You're planning on going to Costa Rica, if you don't mind talking about it.
No, that's fine.
You have no idea what's going to happen once you get to Costa Rica.
Well, the first glitch already happened. They were supposed to open the Panama border June 22nd, and which means planes could fly in and out of the Panama airport as well. And they were going to open, and they're still scheduled to open the Costa Rica border June 30th. However, yesterday, the president of Panama announced they are not opening the Panama border on the 22nd of June. So I don't know when that will happen. Both borders got to be open for I can cross it before we can, And I already have my bus ticket. And I contacted the bus company. They said there won't be any information about that till June 30th when the border opens. So.
Wow.
And my flight is right now scheduled for July 4th, America Day.
America Day.
America Day, yes. And so that's cutting it kind of close. So I really have to live in kind of a limbo until the 1st of July, basically.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. One day, Patrick, we're all going to look back on this and we are going to laugh and laugh. Probably not, but yeah.
Yeah. We'll laugh about a lot
of stuff. Patrick, who do we have today? We always have a special guest.
Today we have a special guest, live and direct from his padded cell right here in Boquete. A man that you all know and love. Well, most of you love him. Some of you.
Say no more. You said padded cell. We know who it is.
It's Mr. Phil Bennett, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring him into the studio right now. Here he comes.
2 hours.
There he is. Excellent. Social distancing and personal protective equipment.
You did say this was going to be anonymous, but have you just
whoops. Sorry, buddy.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I guess I
that
can
is
do it.
left the bag.
Thanks for inviting the Unabomber to the show.
Excellent. Hi, Phil. How are you?
I'm wearing this because I've heard there's lots of viruses on Zoom, but then I realized that actually it's the computer that should be wearing it, not me. So
yes, there you go.
We do it like that. Can we okay?
He just disappeared. He disappeared.
Wow,
that's
cool.
All right.
If I would disappear.
We'll do it normally then.
Everybody's disappearing. I can't disappear.
Can't.
It's actually you I wanted to disappear, but if you're not going to do it, then okay. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Phil. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, and you?
Good. How have you been handling the quarantine?
It's been what it has been. I've been at home a lot of the time, like most other people, which hasn't worried me too much. Obviously, one thing that always happened in my life was going out on a Tuesday morning. But I still have to remember it's Tuesday because that's trash collection day. Which seems somehow appropriate. But, but yeah, I've been, keeping myself to myself most of the time, playing the piano a bit more.
Nice.
Yeah. Watching more porn, that sort of stuff.
Well, of course, I think everybody.
Watching
think that's
porn
true for
while you're
everyone.
playing the piano, kind of combining things.
You,
Yeah.
you broke up for a second there, Mike.
Oh, I just made a stupid joke, you know, that you play the piano and watch porn at the same time. Sometimes, you know, mix things up.
Well, no, because generally speaking, you need both hands for the piano.
Ah, well, you know, I hear there's a lot of money in writing music for porn videos, so, you know.
True, yeah. I thought one-handed drumming isn't so bad either, is it?
Well,
with the porn videos, you have to drum faster and faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah.
And then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Bennett, what are you doing here in Boquete in Panama? Why did you move here?
Why did I move here?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be somewhere other than where I was. And, you know, looking at all the international stuff, Panama came out top of the list, obviously, as it has for many years. Looking at all the information I could find about Panama, there was not much choice really as to the area. Never having been here before, I wasn't going to live in Panama City.
Right.
Don't like that sort of place. And I decided early on that somewhere between David and Boquete had to be the corridor to be in. So having got off the plane at David, I thought, well, let's get out of David as quick as I can. Got to Boquete, you know, stopped at the Katoa coffee shop at the top of the hill, looked out at Boquete and thought, well, okay, this is home.
Yeah, cool.
You know, it just seemed natural.
It's a pretty postcard view of the town from that coffee house, isn't it? It's fairy tale.
Yeah, it's a nice little town. I like small towns to live in. You know, I always lived in a small town until fairly recently.
You grew up in a small town in England, right?
That's right. Yeah. Small market town.
Fun. Well, this is a long way different from that kind of a deal, isn't it?
It's quite different. Yes. Yeah.
The coffee's probably better here.
The coffee is better here than most places I've been to. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things. Well, I have a lot of favorite things, but drinking coffee that was ground, roasted, and bagged walking distance from your house practically is something you just can't do anywhere else.
I wish I could smell the coffee, but doesn't really work anymore. We were, Pilar and I were driving back from David. We actually went to David last week, and Pilar was going, oh, you smell the coffee? The coffee's roasting right now because now is the time they do it. And I was like, no, I can't really smell that. And she kept smelling it as we were going, like another coffee roaster and another coffee roaster. You apparently can smell big batches of coffee being roasted if your nose works. But
yeah. But you're olfactorily challenged. Is that it?
I am. I'm challenged in general. Don't ask Phil.
You said it. Yeah. I wasn't going to comment, Mike. I thought I was going to be nice to you today.
But you're the one in the padded cell, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. What can I say?
Well,
yeah. Speaking of grinding coffee, I had a total disaster yesterday morning. My coffee grinder broke.
Ooh.
Before I ground the coffee.
Oh.
And in falling apart, it ground up bits of itself, which meant I couldn't put it back together.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Wow.
What did you do? Get out a hammer and start pounding on the coffee beans and say, I'm going to make a cup of coffee somehow.
I did try that. Yeah, it wasn't very good, but it was better than nothing.
Okay, so.
Well, now we know what to get you for Christmas. If somebody's out there.
Yes.
It's only 6 months away.
Dear friends out there in TV land, Phil Bennett needs a new grinder. We should have a benefit show.
Yeah. We could do a
telethon.
No, we can't.
Please, Phil Bennett is without a grinder, without a coffee grinder. Please, can you help?
Please.
Won't you help?
Please. We can't allow a tragedy like that to go on for long.
Yeah. We'll survive it.
Only $2 a week allows Phil Bennett to grind a cup of coffee every single day.
There you go. Yeah, that's better than feeding orphans in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
You know, Phil, they do sell the coffee already ground, so you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, but I didn't have any already ground because I have a grinder. Well, I had a grinder. So, yeah.
That's why
Well, I heard there's a new app you can use called Grinder, so maybe that has something to do with Grinder.
There's a what?
Think so?
It's about coffee grinding. People that want to grind coffee together. It's called Grinder, I think. Something like that.
Oh, really? Oh, it's like a dating
Look it
app.
up. Google it.
It's a dating app. Boy with coffee needs girl with grinder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, many people in our studio audience, hi everybody, and our internet audience may or may not realize that Phil Bennett is part of a beloved organization here in Boquete called the BCP, which stands for the Boquete Community Players or Playhouse.
Playhouse officially.
Yes, officially, Boquete Community Playhouse. Used to be the Players, but that's a silly name for a building, kind of. So now it's the Playhouse.
Yeah.
And a lot of things have been going on with the COVID and, different personalities involved. And I was wondering, Phil, if you could tell us anything about, like, when will we have theater again at the BCP? Or will it ever be at the BCP?
Yes. Good question. Good question. Yes, we have actually now worked it out with Tap Out, who now have the lease for the building. Tap Out, I was talking to Justin at Tap Out last week or week before, I don't know, time is a blur. And he very generously offered us the use of the theatre, the continued use of the theatre for our own productions. So we will be able to have theatre productions there again. The beauty of him doing that is that, as I say, it's very generous because they are actually not going to charge BCP a rent for the theatre. We are going to leave all the equipment in there so that other people can use it as well. And hopefully when the COVID regulations allow us, then we will we'll be able to have productions in there again.
Wow, cool.
Depending on what regulations are.
Oh, that's excellent.
Really fantastic news because all three of us have been involved in so many productions there.
Yes.
And really good news because everybody was wondering if there would ever be theater productions again in Boquete, or at least in the near future. So after regulations relax, it looks like we have a place to put on shows. Great.
Yeah. The regulations are going to be what really ties down what and when we can do. But I wouldn't anticipate we can put on anything there for the next few months.
No.
Okay, we might be able to do something with social distancing. But then we could probably only allow 25 people into the theatre at a time.
Wow.
Because they usually talk about 25% capacity of anything.
Yeah.
So, we could probably only allow 25 people in. So instead of doing 4 performances, we could probably do 16 performances. Which might not go down too well with some people.
Hey, I don't know. I think as a actor, a thespian performer, I'm on the side of more performances is better than less.
16?
All the same amount of work. Well, I don't know, 16, but maybe. You go to the same amount of work to do 3 performances as 16,
Yeah.
You've got to memorize lines. You got to know your character. You got to create a world. And, if you're only doing it for 3 shows, it feels like a whole lot of work for not as much fun.
Yeah. I mean, typically we haven't done more than 4 shows of anything. But, if the people who are involved are willing to do it, then we could.
I have a question. Do you know if there was somebody who had a production that was a non-BCP production? Would they rent that theater out to other people for shows?
Yes, they would. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's what they really want to do.
Okay.
Because then that's how they will make money back on the theatre.
Okay.
Which, you know, although it's not the main object of the exercise, it's necessary.
Well, and I would guess that if they have like the concession, you know, they would make some income from that as well. People come to see the shows, you know, during the break, they go out, get some beverages, bag of popcorn, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
That's good news.
Yes.
It is good news, yeah. And, you know, we're very grateful to Tap Out for agreeing to do it and doing it in the way they have.
And
I know a lot of people are curious. I don't know if you can speak about it, but any news on the market?
The Tuesday market.
Yes, but not quite ready to announce yet what we're going to do.
Okay.
But we do almost certainly have another venue for the Tuesday market. It is downtown. It's definitely an improvement on where the Tuesday market has been. And when you think about it, the Tuesday market actually started in the Fundadores Hotel.
Really?
And it actually, apparently it actually started as an offshoot of the Tuesday talks. People started doing Tuesday talks in the auditorium there. And then a couple of people said, well, while you're doing that, can we sell our goods outside? And it built up from there. So, you know, it moved from there. It went to what is now the Tap Out building. And we think we can improve on that still further. And hopefully within the next week, we'll be able to make public announcements about what, where, but not when, of course, because when is not in our control.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we probably guarantee one thing: it will be on a Tuesday.
It'll be on a Tuesday. Hey, that's a great day to have a Tuesday market.
We have, all our research has shown that the best time to have a Tuesday market is on a Tuesday.
Outstanding, excellent. I'm proud of you guys for doing that research.
Totally makes sense to have the Tuesday market on a Tuesday. It would be so confusing to people to have the Tuesday market on a Thursday.
And people are easily confused.
Yeah.
And you know how people are here. They would, you know, if you think they drive you crazy now.
Oh, people be asking all the time, well, when is the Tuesday market then? It's Tuesday. For the people outside of Boquete that may not know, a couple of things. The Tuesday market, it's also lovingly referred to as the Gringo market. It's a place where I know people, they set up their table and they sell their goods and wares. You can buy everything from artisan bread to self-defense weapons to handmade beaded jewelry. I'm not talking about guns. I mean, you know, knives and BB guns and stuff like that. Handmade jewelry. There are local artisans, Panamanios. There's all kinds of things. It's a cool place, and it's a place where you like run into everybody you know once a week, pretty much. You know, it's a great social event, and you get all your organic goods and vegetables there. So that's Tuesday market, and hopefully.
And it's always on a Tuesday.
It'll still always be on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Historically, it always has been. Yes.
The problem for me with Tuesday market is coming from Los Angeles, I'm used to those kinds of markets taking place on a Saturday or a Sunday. And so after going to the Tuesday market, I don't know what day it is anymore. Even though it's called the Tuesday market, it should still be Saturday to me. So that kind of messes with my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, in the future, when everything clears up, the Tuesday market is going to, you know, get everything straight again. Because right now, nobody knows what day it is or what the date is or anything.
Yeah.
So when we have the Tuesday market to look forward to, and it's on a Tuesday, it's going to straighten the whole world out.
The whole world. Nice.
My prediction.
All right. Good prediction. And the other thing, of course, Tap Out is the sports bar that is kind of taken over that area. There's at least 3 restaurants in town that are our friends, the Chris Young and Justin, and their sometimes partner Tim. They have the beloved Big Daddies, where everybody, used to be the home of the Saturday night dance party with DJ Mike Weber. And then there's the upscale Boulder 54. It's posh, it's very posh. That's where you get the, pheasant under glass or whatever the hell.
Filet mignon.
Yeah, the filet mignons. Yeah. So you've got all of these nice varieties of restaurants and pub grub and stuff like this. So yeah, so we've got a sweet little town here, really. I know, go on Facebook, you see people.
We do, but we're not looking for any newcomers, really, or at least I'm not. We have enough people, and there are a lot of insects here, by the way. Big insects.
Big insects.
You don't want to deal with them, really. So
I'm not going to get into that part of the conversation.
Yeah. I saw an insect the other day. It had a Buick emblem on the back. It was so big.
What a hood ornament? A hood ornament.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember the cars used to have hood ornaments? What happened to those? They're gone now.
Those are guaranteed to rip flesh from your body.
Yeah.
Even just sitting in a parking lot.
Yeah. All right, Phil. So everything's good. The theater is gonna keep going on, and Tuesday market on Tuesday. What else you got for us, Phil?
Well, a lot of people don't know Phil's also our audio and technical director at the theater. So, he takes care of, when there's a production, he makes sure that people can be heard, he makes sure that there's microphones. Wait, there it is. I have to hold it to make it show up. Can you hear me now? Does it sound okay? Better? Oh, good. Clapping. Okay.
Phil is also the Boquete resident math. What do you call it? Maths in England? Whiz? What? He's a math wizard, Phil. He's always
math wizard. Yeah.
Math wizard. He's posting these questions on Facebook that I can never get. I always guess 11. I don't know. That's my standard guess. I can't figure anything out. And all these other people are trying to guess, and he goes, no.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do tend to do quite a few puzzle type things in my spare time. Going back to the BCP for a moment, you realize that it's all Patrick's fault that I'm even involved in the BCP. Because, yes, absolutely. Soon after I got here, you were looking for people to get involved in the video festival, the first video festival.
That's true.
And I made the mistake of coming over to you and saying, oh, I'd like to make a video. Yeah? And in conversation, I let slip that I had experience in audio-visual. And Rod Parker was there at the same time, and he started going on about that. And then someone let slip to the members of the board of BCP that, oh, here's somebody who could do the technical stuff in the theater.
Yeah.
And it's all downhill from there.
Yeah,
so it's all your fault, Patrick.
Well, thank you. I take full blame and credit. Yeah, at the time we were the artistic directors of the BCP, and my wife Gabrielle and myself, and we were looking for things to put in there, and yeah, we were in the actively recruiting, cult recruiting mode. We were trying to get anybody with some talent and some expertise back into the theater. I mean, there's a lot of talented people here, and there's a lot of people with expertise, and a lot of them felt they had done their time. Let me rephrase that: done their yeoman's duty at the BCP, and they would need a break, kind of. So,
I
yeah.
can attest that Phil Bennett has done his time. Whenever we put on a show, you can show up at the theater 9 o'clock in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Where is Phil? He's backstage coiling cables. He's always coiling cables. I don't know why. We have so many cables. He's making coils. And he goes, don't touch that. Whatever, don't touch that. Don't touch that. So, yeah, he's always in the theater, always working.
It's funny, though, that after the show, when all the cables need recoiling, that a lot of the people who could be there helping have magically disappeared.
Oh.
But still, let's not dwell on that.
Yes, but let's just say, citizens of the community, please stick around for the coiling.
Yes.
The coiling.
Yeah, we have to have
the ceremonial coiling of the cable.
Yes, we're going to have a coiling, and you're all invited. Well, some shiny golden day when we have productions again in the theater.
Yeah.
Jim Dandy. Yeah, well, that killed the conversation. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Well, you know, we just it's Phil. This is kind of a showcase for the delightful and talented personalities that we have here in Boquete. And I think you're an excellent example for both Mike and myself, because I say, Boquete's a great place, come here. And Mike says, yeah, stay away.
No, I say it is a great place, but, you know, we don't need you. Don't come here. We have enough.
We don't want those crowds coming over here.
Yeah. Well, one of my pet peeves are the complainers. You know, we have great people, fantastic people. I sound like Trump right now, not to get into politics, but we have great people. We have fantastic people, but
all the best.
But you know, there is a small fraction of people that just complain about everything and complain, and you know, we don't need those people.
Well,
so that's why I'm warning people about the bugs. And that's, you know, the insects are huge.
I think it would be nice if we had those people who were the complaining type to, you know what, just enjoy what you have here, take a look around and enjoy, and notice the fact that you are in a very special, wonderful, well-protected place, I might add.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, Mike, I have one more question for Phil. Phil, what's the one thing when you moved here that no one told you about, other than, you know, you'd be getting sucked into this whole BCP thing? The one thing that no one told you to expect about moving here or living here in Boquete?
Nobody told me to expect the unexpected. But I think, obviously, the BCP was the biggest thing that I didn't expect. But I think the other most unexpected thing was what you just touched on just now, the number of negative people. You know, I thought coming to a place like this, I really thought that there wouldn't be that many people who are just making negative comments.
Yeah.
And of course, at the moment on Facebook, it's, you know, there are some people who can't even ask a question without it being negative.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a disappointment, but
I think, yeah, that's also part of the tension and the angst that people are going through with the whole quarantine and stuff. But
I keep on having conversations with the hummingbirds. One of them was just at the window just now.
Oh,
and they tell me that none of the hummingbirds are actually negative. They're all quite upbeat about things.
Excellent. I
I've
love
had conversations with them.
Okay. All right. Fabulous. Well, hey, excellent. We're just almost out of time for today. Time really flies. I love doing this because it really makes my day go by fast.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't ask any difficult questions.
The weeks drag on. Well, I didn't want to ask anything too difficult just because, you know, I want to keep it kind of lightweight. And
yeah, it's not that kind of show, Phil. We're not going to put you on the spot.
This isn't a main course.
Although we could have you back and ask you those kinds of questions, maybe.
Yeah.
You could try, yeah. I'll still be in the padded cell, I expect, but other than that. Yeah.
Next time you can tell us where the bodies are buried. So.
Well, I know who to ask.
You do.
Yeah, I think you know who to ask as well.
Well, yeah. We'll
But,
keep that to
not
ourselves.
going to go into specifics in a public forum.
Okay, I think that's wise, you know, because people could find our address. Oh, wait, we don't have addresses here.
No.
That's one of the things I love about Boquete. No mail, no address.
Yeah, nobody can find you if you don't want to be found.
That's right. No junk mail. Well, Phil, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
I would say it's a pleasure, but it's been a morning, you know, it's been a half an hour of something different.
It's a little mental sorbet is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just have to say, when you look up in the Boquete dictionary, you look up curmudgeon, there's a picture of Phil there. So that's how we know Phil.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nice. I was actually thinking that there was a way of muting you, Mike, but I haven't been able to find out how to do it. Also, I was going to put up subtitles. Yeah, I was going to put up subtitles, you know, for you non-English speaking people. But I thought, well, if I speak loud and slow, then you'll understand.
Wait a minute. How'd you do that? Wait a minute.
What?
There.
What have you done?
You've muted Mike. Are you back?
You actually muted me. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Wow.
What? It took me a while to work that one out.
Well, see, he's the audio specialist, technical director specialist. That's what Phil
It's
is.
one of the things I pride myself on, is being able to mute Mike. It's usually been necessary.
Your specialty.
Well, and Pilar, the ones.
Thank you, Phil. I'm muted again? No. Okay. No. Thank you, Phil, for joining us.
Thank you, and let's hope we don't do this again.
Well, you know, we may or we may not.
We may not, no.
Well, thanks again.
When you run out of interesting people, you'll come back to me again.
Yeah, exactly. We're all out of idea. No, actually, you know what? You know whose idea it was to have you on the show? Yeah,
right.
That guy right there. So
yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right, Phil, have a lovely week, and say hi to the hummingbirds for us.
I will. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, they say hi back.
Great.
Well, that's what they said was. But I know how to interpret it now.
Nice. Okay. See you soon.
Okay then.
All right.
I shall switch off.
Switch off.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, well, that was always fun to hang out with Phil, get the news on the BCP.
Yeah, get the 411. Okay. All right. Wow. Interesting. My timer went off. However, the show timer says we got a little over 3 minutes left.
A couple of minutes left, yeah. So, but all right, well. I think we accomplished what we set out to do, to see each other on a computer screen.
Yes.
And let others watch.
And let others watch us have a conversation. Yes.
Right.
I hope everyone loves and enjoys this. Next week, we'll have another special guest. I can't tell you who it is yet because I don't know. But I'm sure it'll be at least as enlightening and almost as entertaining as Phil Bennett. Sorry, Phil, I just made fun of you a little bit, but that's okay. I'm jealous. He's got those big, luxurious eyebrows, and I look like I put my head in an oven that blew out or something. Cinched everything right off.
Other people go to plastic surgeons to get those eyebrows. They have implants, but yeah,
just grow out naturally. Very
sure.
My wife often accuses me of you have no eyebrows. I look like, remember the guy in that movie, The Attack of the 50-Foot Man, or something like that? And he was in the atomic explosion, and he was bald and hairless all over. I look a lot like that guy, except for the goatee.
Yeah. So it surprises me that Gabrielle worries about only the eyebrows.
Well, that's what she sees the most often, unfortunately. But that reminds me of something. I have to point out, Mike, you do not have the prerequisite gringo retiree goatee here. Everyone has a goatee. And
I
those
didn't realize it was law. It was that you must have the goatee.
DJ Mike has a goatee. We all have. Why no goatee, Mike?
I don't know. You know, a long time ago, I had a beard, and as people who have beards or goatees know, that you end up catching a lot of food in the beard. You know, like which may not be a bad thing for later on, snack time.
Late snack, a leftover.
But I found it kind of annoying to me,
Okay.
and I vowed at that moment never to have a beard again for the rest of my life. But never say never. So who knows?
All right, well, we understand. Listen, kids, we're out of time. That's it from us. No goatee, Mike Schwartz, and with goatee, Patrick Reynolds and the two Bit Gringos. Thank you guys for joining us and watching all the way to the end if you have, because you wouldn't hear this if you haven't.
Have a great week and stay safe.
Have a great week, and everybody stay safe. And